I have an embarrassing one too. So this was a couple of years ago. You know, like the game show Total Wipeout?
Yeah.
And I didn't do that. It wasn't funny.
Okay.
But it was like a Total Wipeout course. It's like inflatable, huge course in the middle of a lake. Now, bear in mind, I think I can swim. I haven't really tested it that well.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I can. And I am very uncomfortable around water. Like, I don't want to be swimming. And then I don't know what came over me because I saw the big red balls. You know the ones from Total Wipeout.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've always thought I could do that. Something about watching the TV show. I watch everyone fall off them over and over again.
I can do that.
And I just look at them and I think they're just not doing it the way I would do it.
I'm gonna do it right.
I'm gonna do it right. And I didn't want to get in. I didn't want to be in the water. I wanted to avoid being in the water at all costs.
Yeah.
But something came over me and give me the confidence that I could do the balls.
Right.
And I watched several people go ahead of me and they all fell in the water. And still, I thought, nah, they're just not doing it right. I've got a secret. I've got a secret to this. I know what I'm going to do. I fell in, didn't I? Fell in on the first one. And then I just like completely fell in. We did have life jackets on, but they weren't like the proper like air inflated, like super like buoyant. They were like, if you were swimming, they would give you a bit of assistance, but they wouldn't hold you above the water for long, sort of life jackets.
Oh God.
And I fell in the water, went like fully submerged. I came up and I'm like I couldn't breathe. I'd swallowed water.
I hate that.
I felt like I was drowning. And then you're supposed to like swim around to like a specific bit of the course where it's easier to climb up.
Okay.
But I didn't know where I was so disoriented. I didn't know where it was. I didn't want to like swim further than I had to. I was like in emergency mode, so I just swam over to some random bit and I like tried to get up onto the course and I couldn't. And I looked like...
What happened? Did someone have to get you?
Yeah, I looked like a seal, like coming up, and eventually...
When they go like...
And then
like
people on the course that were like waiting to go on an obstacle were just kind of like looking at me like, what is she doing?
No.
And I ended up being like, help me! I just had to get out, and then I and this was on the far end. I managed to get back onto the course, but I was at the far end of the course. I crawled all the way back. I crawled through the rest of the obstacle so that I wouldn't fall in again. And they were like children, 5-year-old children, like
bounding through,
laughing, slipping in, and and I'm just there on my hands and knees in like a swimsuit with in a life jacket on. And if I had footage of me that day, I wouldn't want to see it. Like, I would want it burned. It was so embarrassing. And then Joel jumped in like 5 minutes later and did his ankle in. So.
Ouch.
Neither of us had a good time.
Ouch.
Mine was more embarrassing though, I think.
Yeah,
I
would
drowned.
argue. Yeah, nearly dying isn't. You don't look cool. Nearly dying.
No, it didn't look cool. And also, like when I fell in, I was like, I've made a terrible mistake. And I could see all my friends. They were like further away. So like Ollie and everyone. They all thought it was really funny that I'd fallen in. So they were all laughing at me. And I thought I was dying.
You thought you were gonna die. You're like, I'm dying, and they're laughing. I'm dying.